Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. Welcome to the annual NBA Players Award. What we are doing for this video is I'm going to go through every single NBA team, and I have given them all my own unique awards. Now, this could range from like the MVP award all the way to some crazy stuff that I thought up of. So yeah, this definitely is going to be more like a podcasty type of video, as I do want to like go in depth about why I gave the players these awards. And we got 30 teams to go through. I've done like 1 to 3 awards, so hope you guys all enjoy this. If you don't mind dropping a like on this video, it would be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, my end of the season awards, of course, before the NBA playoffs, you know, things can change there, but these are my end of season awards. I am going to shrink myself down to a mini flakes, so that way you guys can see things here. I'm using NBA 2K19 as a platform, just because I feel like, you know, you can see like stats and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Also, if you see me veer off screen, it's because I am using PowerPoint for this. I'm not using PowerPoint since high school, but still appears to work the same. That's how I got my awards listed. All right, man, I'm ready to go. So we're going to start with a nice MVP award. And this goes to a guy that trusts the process, man. That is no other than the man on your screen in front of you, KrispyFlakes. No, actually, Joel Embiid. Yes, without Joel Embiid, this 76ers team is not nearly as good. I mean, he's doing it all, man. Plays defense, his offense is great. Average about 3 to 4 assists per game. He's fantastic. Like, I really hope he's healthy for the playoffs. We'll see if that's actually the case. The next award is the Wing Champ Award. This goes to the guy that ate the most hottest hot wings this season, and that is none other than Jimmy Butler. He was on a YouTube series known as Hot Ones, where basically their job is to eat spicy food while being interviewed. He hated spicy foods. The man did it like a champ, though. He ate all of them out there. And I will say, like, Jimmy Butler, just like watching that video, like seeing what he's all about, he's a really cool guy. And now we have the final and third award for the 76ers team. This is the more important than you think award. This is to a player that is more important than you think, and that is JJ Redick. Now, I know when we think of this team, when we think of the starting five, we think of Joel Embiid, Tobias, Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, but JJ Redick is really the glue to this team. He is the guy that allows Ben Simmons to play the way that Ben Simmons plays, because he is the polar opposite of what he does, and that is a guy that goes out there, shoots threes with high consistency, while Ben Simmons can go out and do the rest of the things out there. So JJ Redick, so important. Every single year, it seems like he gets better and better. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. So we are going to start once again with another MVP award. That goes towards the Greek Freak Giannis. Yeah, man, this guy is going to be the face of the NBA sooner rather than later. Looking at his stat line, I mean, he got the Superman title from Shaquille O'Neal, which does not come easily. Ask Dwight Howard about that. And Giannis just his come-up story of being like a 60 overall in NBA 2K, whatever it was, as a rookie, you know, really not even have enough money for a taxi to go to games. He actually sent like his own entire like rookie contract back to Greece. This guy is a constant professional. He's an awesome guy, and I'm very happy for him and the Bucks. Next award for the Bucks, though, we do have the hey, I am actually really good, and that is going towards Chris Middleton. This guy was a first-time All-Star this season, and it seems no matter what, though, he just doesn't get the respect he deserves. And I think the reason is because he's a very like silent killer out there. Like, he puts up some very nice stats. He's the perfect 2 option. He has no ego to him whatsoever. He's gonna get a nice contract this season, man. But I just think people need to realize how good Chris Middleton really is. The All-Star appearance is nice. I see the 2K rating. I'm like, yo, Ryan 2K, what are you doing out there, man? And then next up, the final award is the Splash Mountain Award. This is going to a guy that's completely changed his game from a 7-footer that used to play on the inside, do all the scoring out on the inside, to now one of the best 3-point shooters in the entire league. That is no doubt Splash Mountain himself, Brook Lopez. So his 3-point shooting on this season, man, about 37%, shoots 6 of them a game, a big part of what the Bucks do. Next up, Chicago Bulls. We have another MVP award. We're not doing MVPs for every single team, man, but just like obvious ones like this. We got MVP Zach LaVine, you know, a guy that went down with a horrible injury a while back, and now he is like one of the best shooting guards in the entire NBA. 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Just really, his game has no holes in it whatsoever. Like, I guess I could say his defense could be a little bit better, but for the most part, man, like Zach LaVine been the real deal. You know, about less than $20 million a season for your highest score. That's nice. I will say, though, he has to lead this team to some victories. And the next award is for the I'm Done Award. And that is for a point guard that is done being the starting point guard, but should be a backup point guard and would be a hell of a good backup point guard on any team. And that is Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn himself, guys. Yes, talking to Bulls fans, people no longer like him as a starter. But with that being said, he's not a bust like we thought he might have been after his rookie season with the Timberwolves. He's going to be a nice backup in the future. He's going to make a championship team happy someday. Just probably not as a starter, so he gets the I'm Done Award. And finally, we have the Promising Player Award, and I'm going to give that one to Wendell Carter Jr. So I know he went down early this season with injuries, but just the time he's played out there, he seems like the perfect center for this team going forward. I mean, somebody looking at his stat line, he can do a little bit of everything out there, so I think he's a very promising player. All right, next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, and for the first award, we are going to do the Rookie of the Franchise Award, and that is Colin Sexton. Not quite Rookie of the Year, but as far as this franchise goes, as far as him as a player himself, Colin Sexton, I'm mad impressed with the guys. I do want to see his assists go up a bit, but his points per game, was scoring out there, been absolutely crazy for him, and I think the Cavaliers found the replacement to Kyrie Irving going forward, and this team only won one other award. I couldn't think of anything else for him, so the entire team is winning the Tank for Zion Award. They did a good job of only winning 19 games on the season and tanking for Zion Williamson. All right, next up we have the Boston Celtics. So we're going to give the MVP award of this team to Kyrie Irving. Now, I know people talk about him as a leader, and maybe he's not the perfect fit for the Celtics, but regardless, the team still got 49 wins on the season. 24 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. The numbers of one of the best point guards in the entire league. Probably has the best handles out there. Some might say Stephen Curry, but I say Kyrie Irving still. So he gets the MVP award. The next one we have is the Elmer's Glue Award. This guy just holds the team together like glue, and that is going to Al Horford. So I love Al Horford. I feel like, you look at his stat line, he doesn't do anything like too sexy out there, but he does just enough where he does hold the team together. He does all the dirty work. He's somebody you can really rely on, a constant professional. And the next award is the He's Only 21 Years Old award, and that is Jason Tatum. Now, I know we all say he's only 19, he's only 20 years old. Well, now he's only 21, and guess what, man? He still dropped 16 points and 6 rebounds per game. You might say his numbers are down a little bit, or his efficiency is down a little bit. Regardless, he's only 21 years old. All right, next up, we do have the LA Clippers, and the first award we have is the Six Men of the Year award. This is to, both players that could win the Six Man of the Year award, but there's going to only be one six man on a team, because then that would make somebody else 7th. But it's like having 2 six men, and that is Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Both these guys don't even start for the team, but they are 2 of the top 3 best players on the entire squad. Look at those stats, man. They don't lie. They don't lie whatsoever. So both those guys get the Sixth Man of the Year award. Next award is the I'm Not Actually Overpaid award, and that is Danilo Gallinari. Now, for a while there on his contract, I thought it was a bitch-ass contract personally, but, $22 million, it is a lot of money, but you're getting a guy that's averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per game, great three-point shooter, which is great for this era of the NBA, so he gets that award. And finally, we have the Hard Work Award, which goes to the entire franchise, because you look at this team, not like a ton of household names on there, but regardless, they're in the playoffs, they got 48 wins on the season, and that's due purely, man, to just hard work, which I love to see. Next up, we have the Grizzlies, and the first award we have is, how do you put up with this award? And that is going to Mike Conley, as in, how do you put up, being age 31, coming off one of your best seasons, but being on like a piss-poor franchise that you're not really going to win with anytime soon? I will say one good way to put up with it is getting $30 million a season, but I do want to see Mike Conley get traded to a contender. I hope he does this offseason. We'll see if that actually does happen, though. If next award, we have the Rookie of the Franchise. That is going to Jaren Jackson Jr. I absolutely love this guy's game. Now, I still cannot really decide if he's a 4 or a 5 in the NBA. I think he should try being a 5, but regardless, just his tool set, he's going to do everything you want your center to do. He's a future star in this league, guys. Plain and simple, man. All right, next up, we have the Atlanta Hawks, and I just skipped them on my end. Okay, here we go. And the first award is the We Don't Regret It award, and that is going to Trae Young for making this franchise, making these fans not regret trading Luka Doncic for Trae Young. It's coming to the point where people are considering him for Rookie of the Year. And the next award I want to give out is the Promising Award, and this is going to the whole franchise. I look up and down on this team. They're going to get a lottery pick. But the promise of this team is definitely there, man. Like, they're still a few seasons away, but I like everything I see. So, definitely a very promising team. Okay, next up, we have the Miami Heat Award. Now, this team is only getting one award because I want to pay respect to this man right here. This is the We Are Going to Miss You Award, and that is going towards Dwayne Wade. We are going to miss Dwayne Wade so much. I don't care if you're a Heat fan or an NBA fan. We're all going to miss the Flash out there. And, yeah, it wasn't their greatest season. I mean, 39 wins. They could have made the playoffs. But just the whole farewell tour of Dwayne Wade was just really a good memory for the NBA in general, man. Okay, next up we have the Hornets. The Hornets is the Put the Team on Your Back award, and that is going towards Kemba Walker, who put the entire damn franchise on his back. 21.6 assists per game. But with that award comes the You Broke His Back award, which goes to everybody else. You guys were one game from making the playoffs. And, yeah, Jeremy Lamb did okay out there. The rest of the team, though, not much help up and down the roster. No really consistency out there. And it got to the point, man, where Kemba Walker got his back broke. And you can't, just cannot get the team to the playoffs. So, kind of sad to see. All right, next up, we do have the Utah Jazz. We are going to hand out another MVP award towards Donovan Mitchell. The reason I'm doing this, man, is because he did hit the sophomore slump at the beginning of the season, but now he's having, his best, out of his 2 seasons, man. He did improve on his number, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists per game, and he has his Jazz team playing some great basketball. Next award I'm doing is the More Than Just Defense award, and that is going towards Rudy Gobert. So you look at his stats, man, and people always say, Rudy Gobert, he's a good defensive player of the year candidate. And yeah, I get that, but this guy does a lot more than just defense. His scoring, the 2 assists ain't bad out there, man. The rebounding, he does a lot of things for this team, and he's just a second good, even offensively, man, he's just a nice player. I do like him a lot. Third award goes towards Joe from Accounting. Now, Joe from Accounting is the guy that, goes to the YMCA. He's in accounting and everything, but he still balls everybody up. And that is going towards Joe Ingles himself. Looks like an accountant, plays like an NBA superstar. Joe from Accounting. Give it up for him, man. All right. Next up, we have the Sacramento Kings. This first award is called Your Best Buddy Award. And man, this is a good friend to the franchise. Buddy Hield is getting the Your Best Buddy Award. Really has proven that it was a good trade of trading DeMarcus Cousins to the Pelicans, getting Buddy Hield out of it this season, man. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Really coming into his own as a player. He's great. And the next award I'm going to do is the Future Star Award. And that is going towards De'Aaron Fox. So I know people want to say, Trae Young's the next big promising point guard. I still love De'Aaron Fox. He's only 21 years old himself, and he also could have won that award. And just seeing the improvement of this franchise and just how they're all coming together, it's big time to me. Which leads me to my third and final award for this team. And this is What in the F Are You Doing award, going to Vlade Divac, who just fired Coach David Yeager. And I don't know why, man. I thought he was a good coach for this team. Yeah, maybe some of the things are questionable out there, but regardless, the team is extremely young. And it seems like they were making steps in the right direction. 39 wins, yeah, it's not amazing, but it's playoffs in the Eastern Conference for the most part. Okay, next up we have the New York Knicks. And this one was tough, man. I decided to give the whole New York Knicks fan base and franchise the Daydreamer Award, man, because, despite their team out there not being very good, damn does that franchise daydream. They're thinking of, they're thinking of Zion, they're thinking of KD, they're thinking of Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson. Let's just go ahead and trade Emmanuel Mudiay for LeBron James right now, man. So, yeah, the Knicks definitely out there daydreaming, and maybe one of those dreams will pay off. We'll see about that. All right, next up we got the Lakers. And this team was also not a great one to think of awards for. I did manage to think of one, and this was called Your Own Man Award. And that is going towards Lonzo Ball, who is becoming his own man now, getting away from his dad, LeVar, and just kind of doing his own thing, getting rid of the big baller brand, and hiring his own agent on his own time, and just really taking his career into his own hands. Now we got some not so great things going on. And the Lakers, which it would be, I guess you could talk about, Space Jam 2. That looks like it's going to be horrible. Not having Anthony Davis isn't great. The team is just split in the locker room, and of course the whole Magic Johnson fiasco. So I'm going to award the Laker fans putting up with the BS award, man, because you guys are putting up with a lot of it. All right, next up we have the Magic, and let's give another MVP award. We're going to go with Vucevic on this one, obviously, because this season 21 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. Been with the franchise his entire career, and really, man, just proving that if you stick it around with the franchise long enough and you invest in yourself and the team invests in you, that you can be Vucevic out there. He's going to get a nice contract this season. And also, we're going to do the Sixth Man of the Franchise Award. That is going towards Terrence Ross. This guy has been lights out on the bench, guys. Lights out on the bench. So I want to give him an award for that. Next up, we have the Dallas Mavericks Award. The first one we are doing is the Tear Jerker Award, and that is going towards Dirk Nowitzki, guys. And yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but when Dirk played in that final game against the Spurs, he started crying. I felt myself tearing up. You probably started tearing up. Love you so much, Dirk. And the next award is the You Literally Lose Your Franchise Hero and Already Have Replacements in Luka and Kristaps Award. And that is going towards Mark Cuban. The smart dude, man. I mean, he got his replacement players already. Like, sometimes it takes years for teams to acquire those type of players. Next up, we have the New Jersey Nets, and the first award is the Hey Now You're an All-Star Award. D'Angelo Russell, thank you for being you, man. Thank you for proving that, just because one franchise does not invest in you doesn't mean you got to give up on yourself. And the Brooklyn Nets invested in him, and they are paying, they're receiving that dividends now, pretty much, plain and simple, man. And the next award is Joe from Accounting 2.0, another guy named Joe that looks like an accountant, but is just really balling up everybody in his path, and that is Joe Harris, leading the entire league in three-point percentage and winning the three-point contest. Joe Harris, a.k.a. Joe from Accounting 2.0. And a third award is the Bounce Back Player Award. That is going towards Caris LeVert, who, of course, at the beginning of the season went down with a bad injury, bounced back, and he's good to go, man. Happy for Caris. All right, we have the Denver Nuggets. First award is the Clown School Valedictorian, and that is going towards the Joker himself, Nikola Jokic, who really, man, took this team. And yeah, they're like the other award, by the way, is called the Equalizer Award, which is saying like everybody helped. So that's like a part of the award is that everybody's doing their own thing out there, but at the same time, like Jokic, just carrying this team with the help of everybody else. So of course, I don't know, man. I feel happy. 54 wins for this team on the season. A team that missed the playoffs by one game last year, and now they're one of the best in the entire conference. So it's going to be fun to watch them against, well, really just going to the playoffs in general, man, depending how they actually do out there. Next up, we have the Pacers. First award is the MVP award. Now, you might think it's Victor Oladipo, although he's not played the entire season, but it's actually Bojan Bogdanovic. Not going to lie, man. When Victor Oladipo went down, I thought this team was done for. Bojan just went out there, and he took over the scoring load, averaging 18 points a game, which I believe is a career high for him. Yeah, he made me a believer in the franchise, but I don't know if it's really going to hold up in the playoffs, but regardless, just getting to the playoffs with losing your best player like that is big time, man. And I actually give the effort award to the whole rest of the franchise, just because pure effort is what got this team to where they are today. So good for them. All right, next up we have the Pelicans, and this is the Bounce Back Player Award, and this is actually going towards Jahlil Okafor, who putting up good, like, backup center numbers. I mean, even at times when he was starting, he was putting up some nice numbers. He had, like, some 20-point games. He had, like, some 6 block games, I believe. Some double-digit rebounding games. We all thought he was a bust. And while, like, getting picked where he was picked at, not really fitting in this era of the NBA, you could still say he's a bust, but at least he's going out there and he's providing something. So good for Jahlil Okafor. The next one is the I Want a Max Contract Award, and that is going towards Julius Randle, who is putting up career numbers at 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, wanting a max contract, plain and simple. I don't know if it's going to be with the Pelicans or somebody else. Probably somebody else, I would guess, but regardless, he's probably going to get one, man. And the final award is the I'm Done With This Bullshit Award, and that's going towards Anthony Davis, who just trolled the entire franchise by wearing a That's All Folks shirt to his finals game. Now, he's still under contract. If a trade's not found, he very well could be with the team next season, and that will just be awkward. Next up, we have the Detroit Pistons, and this is the first award we have is the Changing Your Game Award, and that is going towards Blake Griffin himself. Now, I found an interesting stat that in the 2012 NBA season, roughly 25% of Griffin's total buckets came off dunking the basketball. This season, only 3% of his scoring is from dunking the basketball, man. So he's really adjusted to the new style of game. His handles are a lot better. His jump shot is absolutely amazing now. One of the best, I'm going to say, man, one of the best three-point shooters in the entire league. Like, the way he was shooting this season, I don't know what the actual final percentage was. We have it at 36%, but when he gets hot, man, he gets hot from threes. So he's getting that. Next award is the Best Pickup Award. Wayne Ellington. This guy was an absolute steal getting him for free agency. Like, the mind he just dropped him, and now he's a star for the Pistons. He's a big reason why they actually made the playoffs. All right, next we have the Toronto Raptors. We have the Greatest Laugh Award. That is towards Kawhi Leonard, who, of course, graced us all with his amazing laugh. I don't know, was it this season, or I think it was it like before the actual season? I don't remember at this point, man. But regardless, had to give it to him. And next up, we have the actual Most Improved Player Award. That is going towards Pascal Siakam, who not only is the most improved player, but you could also argue the most underrated player in the entire NBA. He's, I mean, come on, man. The second leading scorer on the Raptors, who have 58 wins on the season. Like, yeah, he's a huge part of that. And for the third and final award for this team, this is the Know Your Role Award, and that is being a dual reward towards Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol. Both guys that have taken limited roles on this team, but together make a two-headed monster, and I love that they have that ability and just that professionalism to really switch out and do what's best for the team. You always have a solid big guy in the game, and that's nice for any team, going for a deep playoff run. Next up, we have the Houston Rockets. We have the Best Facial Hair Award. That is going towards James Harden. That beard is still pristine. Oh, also, I'm going to say the actual MVP of the NBA. That's just my thoughts. And my next award is the Finding a Way Award. And I'm going to give that one to Kenneth Faried, guys. Kenneth Faried was on the Brooklyn Nets to begin the year. A lot of people kind of written him off, saying that he was undersized and was not really able to develop to this style of basketball, this era of basketball. Came out in this team averaging 10.7 rebounds per game, was very nice when Clint Capella was out, and found a way to contribute to an NBA franchise, so I think he deserves that award. Next up, we got the San Antonio Spurs, and we have the Replacement Award. This award is for somebody that went onto the team and replaced a starter, and that is going towards Derek White, of course, who has replaced DeJounte Murray, who went down before the season even started. And while you look at his numbers, yeah, not like the sexiest stat line out there, but overall, doing just enough, combined with Patty Mills, to get this team, in the NBA playoffs. And the next award is another dual award. This is the Old Dogs New Tricks Award, and that is going to LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan. These are two guys that are elite players, but still not completely developed to the new style of play. LaMarcus Aldridge still likes to score a lot on the inside, where we all know, stretching the floor as a big guy now is kind of the wave. Still goes to the post up a lot. So, yeah. Can teach an old dog new tricks, where DeMar DeRozan is a mid-range shooter, a guy that attacks the basket, also does not really shoot the three ball a lot. You could really give that entire award to the entire Spurs team, because they do shoot a lot of mid-ranges out there, and it's more like an old school traditional style of basketball. Next, we have the Phoenix Suns, and this award is the Greatest Player on the Worst Team Award, and that is going towards Devin Booker, who is the greatest player in the NBA on the worst possible team. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, but not even an all-star, man. This dude better make the all-star team next season. And the next award is the Almost Rookie of the Year award, and that is DeAndre Ayton, who really nobody talks about at all. It's all about Luka and Trey, but look at that stat line. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, nearly a steal and a block per game. Should really be shooting more too, man. He's only shooting 12 times a game. I'd like to see that around 15 to 16. I think he'll get there eventually, but proving why he was the first pick in the draft. All right, next we have the OKC Thunder, and we have the MVP award. As much as I like Russell Westbrook this season, gotta give it to Paul George. I mean, come on, man. Paul George, I want to see what he does in the playoffs, because playoff P tends to struggle a bit. But as far as the regular season goes, a guy that freaking snapped his leg completely in half, a while back. I guess about 4 or 5 years now, but still, regardless, coming back from all that 5 years later, averaging 28 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 4 assists, and really just being loyal to the franchise and sticking it out with the Thunder, not going to the Lakers, something like that. Next award we have is the Toned It Back, but still averaged a triple-double for 3 straight years award. That's going towards Russell Westbrook. Now, I know people hate when I use the word efficient with Russell Westbrook, but based off years past, he is more efficient now. He's taken the step back, and he's not trying to be alpha male every single game. He realizes he needs Paul George to win, and he's done that with his game, but he's still doing it in a way where he's averaging a triple-double, man. And he's getting, no praise for that, and I really think he should. All right, next up we have the Timberwolves. And I am giving the Greatest Story Award to Derrick Rose, because what hell of a story this is, man. Derrick Rose averaging 18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. I hate that he got shut down early, or later on in the season, stuff like that, because I really do think he could have made a play for that Most Improved Player award. But or even Sixth Man of the Year award, I guess, too. But yeah, Derrick Rose, what a great story. All the injuries he's taken, all the really, man, it's being on Cleveland and the Utah Jazz not wanting him and finding a home on the Timberwolves. And the rest is history. The next award is the Perfect Center Award, and that is going towards Karl Anthony Towns, who I think is the perfect center in the NBA. Yes, he's not on a winning team, but the way he plays the game, damn, dude. If he requests a trade someday, some team out there is going to be getting a big-time player. All right, next up we have the Trailblazers, and this is the Loyal Award that is going towards Damian Lillard, who I think is one of the most loyal players in the entire NBA. I really do think he's a lifer when it comes to the Portland Trailblazers. And yeah, they got 53 wins on the season. It seems like they're always just in a good spot in the NBA. They're not always the most talked about team, but Damian Lillard plays hard, 26.7 assists for him on the season. Next award is the Perfect Replacement Award, and that is going to Enes Kanter, who literally, this team would be in so much trouble if they did not sign this guy, or if they did not trade for this guy. I think it was, because I believe he got bought out by the Knicks, right? Then they signed him, I believe so. Yes, to the $1.51 million contract. So yeah, man, Nurkic went down with that horrible injury. Enes Kanter, perfect replacement. There was not a better center out there to really pick up in this case. Next, we have the Golden State Warriors, and I'm just going to give this whole team an award and this is called the Making It Work Award. And I will say, you know, they have 5 superstars on their, I guess, four superstars, and Draymond Green, who to my mind is an all-star. I think it's impressive that they have made it work. Like, there's only one basketball on the court, but you got all this talent on the team, and like the ego it kind of shows sometimes, but for the most part, man, 57 wins on the season, they still made it work. And then our final team is the Washington Wizards, and the first award is the Kelly Oubre Award, and that is going towards Dwight Howard, who just makes Kelly Oubre feel like just the most special person out there, man. So good for you on that one, Dwight. The next award is the Real Deal Award, and that is going to a guy who rhymes, the real deal, Bradley Beal, who really is the real deal. Only 25, has had injury issues in the past. Of course, this team's not heading in a great direction, but you got a really good shooting guard in Bradley, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on this season, so good for him, man. And finally, the final award is the Get Money, Get Paid Award, and that goes towards John Wall, who is out for the next season, pretty much. But this dude got a big contract, man. He's getting money, got paid, man. Still plain and simple. So, yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed this. I know it's probably a really long video. Looks like we're going on, like, I guess it's not that long. I thought it was going to be a lot longer than that. But, no, hope you guys all enjoyed this. Definitely fun to make, going through this and actually making my own awards and stuff like that. So, let me know in the comment section below your favorite NBA team, and give somebody an award that I did not mention, or maybe you would like to make up yourself. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.